guys, I'm going to talk to you now about the best extraction game that nobody is playing. It's a game only recently released and it's currently still in early access, but it shows potential. Its name isn't particularly snappy or eye-catching. In fact, it could probably lose a noun. Its name is... But despite the non-attention grabbing name, the gameplay... Oh, damn! What in the f*** is that? You like that, Root? You like that?
No!
Clip it and ship it. Is anything but. If you've watched my content, you know that I come from an extraction shooter background, predominantly Hunt Showdown, but I also dabbled in Tarkov, Cycle Frontier, etc. Legacy, Steel and Sorcery is an extraction game with a fantasy theme and an excellent PvEVP hook. Now, if that doesn't do it for you alone, I understand. That's fine. But let me tell you what got me to try it. For starters, the developer team is comprised of ex-WoW, vanilla and expansions, and Warcraft 3 developers. Now that struck a chord with me because, in my opinion anyway, Warcraft 3 and vanilla WoW was when Blizzard were at their best, when everything they did turned to gold. Before the merger with Activision and the nefarious clutches of the antediluvian horricotic would ensnare its player base, driving its remaining workers to madness and those with sanity abundant to flee those now blackened arcades of antiquity. The point I'm trying to make is this game has a pedigree, and that's a big tick. It's obvious in the art style and the characters. The elves have big, long ears. The eyebrows, similar to WoW. The warrior helmet, for Christ's sake, is the footman's helmet with extra steps. The vendors look straight out of a D&D manual. Now, whilst Blizzard doesn't own the fantasy style, of course, its games certainly help popularize it, and by association, its art and what was propagated was everywhere. It feels the same here. The 5 classes, especially the rogue, have the same feel, which means PvP encounters kind of feel the same. If you were a PvPer in WoW and enjoyed the arena scene, like I was, chances are you'll enjoy this too. Steel and Sorcery's gameplay goes as follows. First, you create a house name, and this is the legacy portion of the game's title. Your house name is attached to all of your characters that you create. It's a surname. So if your surname was Herb Enjoyer and you made a warrior called Angry, well, now your warrior is called Angry Herb Enjoyer, and any other character you create will be of the Herb Enjoyer line. The house name, surname, remains the same. Now this has been done in other titles such as the Old Republic MMO, but I've really been feeling its impact here. When I beat some rogue in the world and then I find that their name has the same surname as the priest I beat up earlier, I have a connection with that person. It's a small but important detail that makes the game have more of a community feeling and reminds them that on 2 classes, I am better than them. That's a joke, but it is a community thing. After you've chosen a house name, you then create a class between one of the current 5 general fantasy tropes. At the time of recording, there is Wizard, Warrior, Rogue, Priest, and Hunter, with the Paladin coming out shortly. These classes all feel completely unique and distinct with no amounts of homogenization between them. They all play differently and they feel great to play. From there, you check your character's inventory, you make sure you've got health potions on, and then you jump right into the tutorial. And then, the first map. I plan to do a more in-depth video, but I need to touch on the core mechanic of this game before I continue. That is, the stamina bar. All classes carry this legally distinct from Breath of the Wild stamina bar. Attacks in this game don't cost stamina. Spells don't cost stamina. Sprinting around the map with your weapon sheathed does not cost stamina. So, what's it used for? It's used for dodging. Dodging attacks in this game is crucial, as the PvE is no joke and it will kill you if you don't dodge and block correctly, and the PvP will definitely kill you if you don't know how to dodge. Once that stamina meter is gone, you can't dodge for a few seconds, and if you can't dodge, you're in for a world of pain. Yeah, you can block, but blocking will only last you so long before it's broken, and then you're probably dead. Anyway, now that we've established the stamina bar, we can continue. So, you pick a class, you load into the game world, and your extraction point will always be marked in the farthest point from you. From there, you venture forward, collecting resources that you need to upgrade your home base, your definitely not a hideout, or as this game calls it, your lodge. You mine ore, you chop trees, you slay beasts and creatures, and collect the things in your bag to take out with you. General extraction stuff, similar to Tarkov. The biggest threat on the map, however, are other players who can at any point just jump out right away and try to kill you. Or maybe potentially they'll engage in some voice chat and diplomacy. It depends. Oh!
Yo, can you execute me? My thing.
GG, Aintree. That was fun, dude. The shame we went in at the end there, alone. I cried. However, they do have the option to revive you if they kill you, instead of just executing you. So if you down someone, you can be nice and res them, and that way they know better than to tangle with you. Or execute them and take their stuff. It's up to you. I touched on the stamina bar earlier, and that is because if you want to, and you have your weapon sheathed, you can just run. You can just run. You can just run away. You're okay. Never mind, he flies away. He just... Never mind. You're fine. You had a stand though, but you're good. All characters in this game do have some method of increasing their movement either horizontally or vertically. So running from fights is a viable strategy if you're the type of person who doesn't want to engage in PvP, isn't just in the mood at that point, or just wants to re-engage on better terms. Running isn't a sure answer, but I have definitely run from battles that I know I could have won, purely because my bags were full and I didn't have room for this stuff if I killed them, because I was definitely going to kill them and I knew I was going to kill them, but I just didn't have enough room to take their shit, so I left. At current, the game has 3 maps and a social hub. A social hub called Legally Distinct Goldshire, also known as Goldbrook. This social hub is where you can duel other players, talk with them, and not worry about consuming any resources or the threat of death. It's exactly that, a social hub. Did you ever play WoW, potentially, and you dueled outside like Ironforge or Orgrimmar? It's like that, but any consumables used in that area are not actually used. You do use them and gain the effect, but it doesn't take one of the items. So you have 10 potions, you use a health potion, you still have 10 potions, you don't have 9. This freedom links back to the game's sense of community. The other 3 maps are Greenwood Forest at daytime, Greenwood Night, and the Crypts. All maps offering different things and different levels of difficulty. The challenge definitely ramps up in the other areas and the other maps, but if you want to chill on the day map and do your own thing, you are welcome to. Just know that if you want to keep upgrading your character and your lodge, you're going to be pushed slowly into venturing the other harder areas. You don't have to do it, it's your choice, but if you want to keep getting better, that's what you're going to do. This is how extraction games work. You know this. With the loot you extract, you take it to your traders to sell if it's treasure. With everything else having a use of some sort in upgrading your lodge, right down to the rotten apples you can pick up. There is no player marketplace economy in this game. So taking what you want or taking what you need are very important things. Usually I try to prioritize what I need rather than what I want. When I kill another player, I generally leave their gear on the ground. I only take what I want or need in that particular moment. Like, if they have a bigger bag, I'll take it. If they have good resources, I'll take it. But their gear, I'll generally leave. Yeah, I could take it. Yeah, I could give it to an alt. Yes, I could disenchant it. But it's taking up valuable bag space that I'm going to be using for other things, so I generally just leave it. If you do die and no one takes your gear for a certain period of time, there is a goblin treasure who you can go to the pawn shop and buy your gear back. So it's not like you can't get it back if you die with a particularly juicy bag or kit. There's a very good chance someone just might not find your body and you'll get it back. So from there, this is the game loop. Loot, sell, upgrade, repeat. That's the name of the game, with the PvP being the juice for some people, like myself. It's this array of things that makes Steel and Sorcery my latest addiction, my current craze, and the best extraction game that you're not playing, but you totally should. Below is a Steam link to the game, and if you don't have the dollars, the developers have been kind enough to gift me a cache of codes to allocate out. So stop by my live stream sometime and pick yourself up one during a giveaway. I hope to see you there. I hope to jewel you there. See you later.